Great.
I think I can do that just in case you need to. I've got everyone muted.
Fantastic. Thanks everyone for joining. I see tons of us here. Becky, Hillary, Deborah. Thank you, Deborah. I see you're multitasking over there, getting some kitchen cleaning doing. Awesome. Well, great. Let's go ahead and get started. Thank you again, everyone, for joining us this morning. Happy Monday. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Matthew. I'm one of our Texas field coaches here at Plexus Home Office. So I get the pleasure of getting to hang out with Jules, like Amy, like Sarah, and share great ideas, strategize, and also look at some numbers, some activity in their business. So it's another kind of cool service that Plexus provides once you have earned that level of Jewel. We actually also start to coach at the senior Ruby level. So it's definitely something to keep in mind as you're pushing your business forward. I've been with our Plexus family here about a year now. Just hit my year mark in August that just passed. Before that, spent around 15 years in the sales field with over 6 of them now, specifically with multi-level marketing. And like most people, I was driven by a why that's very important to me. At the time, my very important why was simply getting myself, my family to Disneyland. It started out as something really simple, but of course, after that, my why evolved into something so much bigger, like I'm sure many of you on this call can agree with. Before we get started, I'd like to actually talk a little bit about our why, because I think if you have a really strong why, you can be motivated to do incredible things, and that's what we need in a business like this. We need some strong motivation. So I would love to pick out a few people this beautiful Monday morning and have some of y'all share what's currently motivating you. Is it Team Rands? I can't see the exact name, but I see you there with that hat. Hey, would you mind sharing with us what your current why is that's motivating you?
Hi, can you hear me?
I sure can.
Okay. Hi, my name's Heather. Yeah, I definitely would love to share my why. Currently, it's changed from what it originally was. My reasoning right now is because I have a family of 5, and my husband is the only income in my family right now. And with 3 kids growing up, things are getting more and more expensive. And yeah, so I want to take that burden off of my husband. I want to help out because he's gotten a lot of stress from being the only provider, and it's caused some medical issues with him. So the last thing I want is for him to be unhappy and uncomfortable. So this is my why right now that's motivating me.
I love it. I love it. Really, really strong why when you can incorporate kind of your family in there.
Yeah.
Right. Everyone else listening on this call, would you wave in front of the camera if your why somehow involves your family? Yeah, I see quite a few. Shell the Rocker, yep. Family why. It's a strong why that I think can be extremely motivating. As I shared at the beginning of the call, my first why was about getting my family to Disneyland. Something really small. So thank you, Heather, for sharing that. Kit, would you mind sharing with us what your why is about currently? And Kit, you'll actually want to unmute your account. Let me see if I can unmute you, Kit. Let's see. I sure can. Give me one moment. There you go, Kit. Can you hear us?
I can. Can you hear me?
Perfect. I can hear you too. Yep.
I'm brand new to this, and originally I jumped in because I've got a lot of health issues that I've been struggling with, as does my daughter, who is joined with me, and but we've got a lot of financial struggles in my family. My elderly mother lives with us, my grandson lives with us, and our business is really struggling. So it's something that I'd like to look into to see if I can possibly bring some support financially to our family. But my life is very busy, so I'm interested in how to do that without putting more stress on my busy schedule.
Totally understandable, Kit. What I'm hearing is it sounds like the initial thing that brought you here were the idea of enhancing your health. Is
Yeah,
that right? Your health and those around you, your family.
yeah,
And then it sounds like now we've kind of seen what it can do financially as well. And that financial aspect is also come into play as a motivator.
yes, absolutely.
Beautiful. I love hearing that, mainly because I see a similar kind of theme with all of the leaders I speak with. And I don't know if this will surprise you or not, Kit, but I would say 95% of our top tier leaders, they say health is what brought them into the business.
Right,
I joined because I wanted to get healthier.
right.
So it's a very common theme. I love that. And I'm excited to see how these products can enhance not only your life and your health, but your families
Well,
as well.
I think that
Um,
I would think that the reason why people are successful in the business side of this is because that plexus helps them. And when something helps you, it's a natural thing to just passionately share that with people around you. It's not like you're just trying to push or sell something on somebody that you don't believe in.
I agree 100%, Kit. You'll find many of our ambassadors don't even consider themselves necessarily salespeople. They're
Right,
just passionately sharing things that have changed their lives, right?
right, right.
Incredible. For those listening, will you wave in front of the camera of health? The health aspect really is part of your why. Becky, I see you waving. Awesome. Great. Deborah, the health aspect is huge. And we're in a unique position here at this company because the products actually work, right? We're seeing people's lives incredibly changed. So y'all came to the right place. Thank you for sharing that, why. I truly appreciate it. Amy, I know you get asked this all the time. Would you mind sharing with us what your current why is about?
My current why. So certainly my whys have changed since day one. I think people have heard me say that my first why was that I just wanted to get out of that commute. It was selfish. It had nothing to do with anything except that commute. My second why was because I wanted the Lexus. It had nothing to do with my health or my family. I wanted to prove people wrong. I wanted to show them, yep, I got the car. I did it, you know. Now my why is twofold. My why is I want other people at the top with me. I want to help my team get their goals. So that is my why. And then personally, we have a huge opportunity for my family to do something that's a once in a lifetime experience. And I really need to be diamond for it to happen. So that is my new why.
I love it. So many times I hear leaders talk about, how their why incorporates not only their teams, but again, family. Family is huge. And the interesting thing I found is, of course, we're building these incredible relationships all along the way. And oftentimes those people we meet along the way, those other leaders, become kind of like family. So it makes sense that why will incorporate them as well. Beautiful. Love that why. Amy, thank you for sharing. Y'all, a big why needs a big action to support it. It takes time, it takes money to pursue many of our life passions. And network marketing can be the greatest vehicle to provide that time freedom and financial freedom. And that's what we need, right? To live that life we want, the life we love, and that's what we can have. Your dreams, desires, passions, They were placed on your heart for a reason. And I don't believe there's a dream or desire in our heart that can't be fulfilled. All right? It doesn't matter where you are now in your business. Your dreams can be realized through this vehicle. You just have to remain coachable. Okay? You have to remain committed. Y'all, you can never give up. All right? For the rest of this call, I want to dive into a little bit about working your business like a business. Okay? I want to talk a little bit about your odds of success in this business, and we'll end talking about a little activity that we can start on today, right away, that if we're committed to consistently completing, we're going to increase our odds for success. Now, first off, and I loved this because I believe it was Kit who kind of touched base on this. Many of you are probably facing a full-time schedule, right? Whether it be due to your career, raising your family, or other countless commitments that we face each day. So it's crucial that you learn how to make the most out of your part-time hours so you can experience success with your Plexus business. I love this quote. I've heard many people say it before. You can work your business part-time, but not sometime. What does that mean? It means that with the hours that you do have to put into your business, they got to be planned. They got to be purposeful, right? You have to be establish hours of operation. All right, building a Plexus business is no different. So it's important that you set aside, I would say at most of our levels here, a minimum of 10 to 15 hours per week that we can dedicate to focused IPA, focused income producing activities. All right. Now, if your desire is to duplicate a larger network, right? If you have a really big why, it might take a few more of those hours. But the point is that you're specifically setting aside this time. At 10 to 15 hours a week, you're looking at about an hour and a half, a little under an hour and a half per day. Or if you're like me, I like to take the weekends off. So I do 2 hours a day, Monday through Friday. Wham, bam. If you have kids in school, it'll probably be a little bit easier for you, right? If not, we just have to get a little more creative, right? So when we think about those IPAs, we're not talking about checking Facebook, right? We're not talking about cleaning out your office or calling your team to catch up and chat or refreshing our detailed genealogy report to see what's going on, right? IPAs are one of the following: sharing your business and inviting people to learn more, sharing your product and inviting people to learn more and try them, and following up, enrolling new ambassadors, and getting them launched. So essentially, our IPA is going to consist of one of two things, right? This is where we're making our money: sales and enrollment. So when you think about an IPA hour, right, a focused hour, if your activity during that focused hour isn't increasing your sales or enrollment, it's not an IPA we should be focused on at that time. There's plenty of other time that we can be doing the nitty-gritty, right, connecting with our team members, but in that high-focused IPA hour, that's how we're making our money: sales and enrollment. So I want you all to take a few moments. We won't spend too much time on this call doing it, but I know we're recording the call, so if you need to come back to the call, I want you to look at your calendar and block out your 10 to 15 hours per week. You got to control your time, or your time's going to control you, y'all. Now, for those of you who are saying, oh, I've got a busy schedule, though. Y'all, the only person who creates your schedule is you, okay? So when setting aside your hours of operation, keep in mind that we got to think about priority, right? Sometimes we're going to have to make certain sacrifices for the betterment of our business. Sometimes we're going to have to make certain sacrifice for the betterment of our family, okay? Keep those in mind while you're scheduling your time. Also keep in mind prospecting time, opportunity events or one-on-ones, events in general, whether local, digital, all right, our community here, Kit, if you haven't realized this already, our community here is truly like none other. They're there to support you with health goals. They're there to support you with business goals. Something incredible here, you'll see lots of people share their ideas on Facebook in your team groups. I love it, all right? There's no need to recreate a wheel. Find an idea and make it your own, all right? Those local and digital events are a great way to connect with that community. Also, training events, all right, for personal growth, for your team's growth, depending on where you're at with your business. These are all things you want to think about when setting your schedule, okay? If you feel that you're finding yourself a little overwhelmed by your daily commitments, look at what can be cut out, such as those long phone conversations with friends, watching and catching up on Game of Thrones or Orange is the New Black, right? We got about a year and a half before new episodes, so I promise you those things can be pushed aside for a few days while you focus on your IPA. Y'all, you gotta learn how to say no for a little while so you can say yes to the things you love for the rest of your life. All right, it's not always easy, but when you have your eye on that prize, that end game, that future calling, it's going to get a little easier for you to say no sometimes. You must be willing to pay a price for true time and financial freedom. You'll find you have to consider where you can make short-term exchanges for long-term rewards. Now, I mentioned earlier, you got to treat this business like a business, and it's going to pay you like a business. Treat it like a hobby, and it's going to pay you like a hobby. All right? And both are great. Both are awesome. If you're looking for that side hustle for just a little extra cash, awesome. Looking to get your products paid for, great. But if you're looking to take it to that next level, it's going to require some next level commitment. Now, the cure to what ails you, I'm sure you've heard your leader say this to you before. The cure to what ails you in your business is your personal activity, 100% of the time. Don't blame your progress or pace on your team. Take personal responsibility for your activity and respect the effort and pace of others. You got to never stop recruiting new customers, new ambassadors. Okay, it's all about what are you doing to move your business forward. Focus on those daily activities to progress towards success. Here's an awesome rule of thumb. I love this. All right, this was shared to me. I read it in that book by Sarah Robbins. Okay, she says, to keep your business moving forward, 10 contacts a day keeps those leads coming my way. Kind of like Dr. Seuss, right? 10 contacts a day keeps those leads coming my way. Well, now when you think about a new contact, all right, these are people you're meeting out and about every day. That gorgeous woman that does your nails every couple of weeks. That fabulous guy. All right, these are people who are already in your life. Okay, show up to the school drop-off 15 minutes early. Be that mom connecting with your kids' friends, those teachers. Gone are those days where we bring the apple to school, right? Let's bring those 7-day slim trials. What teacher wouldn't love that, right? So keep that in mind. 10 contacts a day keeps those leads coming my way, okay? And you really want to challenge yourself with those. Push yourself to reach those goals. Don't be okay with 7 new contacts. Don't be okay with 9. Push yourself for 10. You're not done until all of those daily connections are done, which in turn are going to increase your odds for success, y'all. So those odds. Let's talk a little bit about those odds. Your success is directly related to the degree to which you're willing to work to find others like yourself who are committed to succeeding. Really quick, y'all. wave in front of the camera. Would you be willing to hear 100 no's if it meant you would sign up 10 awesome business builders? Wave in front of the camera. 100 no's for 10 business builders. That's awesome. Okay? You gotta reach out until you strike gold. Everyone's odds are gonna be different. All right? But Amy didn't find her runners just by sitting on her butt. Okay? Sarah didn't find her business builders by hanging back and waiting for them to come to her. No way. They are reaching out, y'all. They're connecting. I guarantee you the main difference between you and your business and Amy's business, the difference between you and your business and Sarah's business, Sarah and Amy are hearing tons more no's than you are. They're reaching out, they're hearing those no's, but they're also hearing those yeses. If you haven't achieved the level of success you desire yet, you can give up and assume the business model doesn't work, which we know the business model works. We have tons of new jewels promoting. Oh man, we're going to be in Maui here in a few days with the highest record number of jewel earners. Yeah, leaders retreat, record number of people earning it. Okay, we know our compensation plan works. So you can pretend like it doesn't, or you can accept the fact that you're working through your odds. Don't give up until you succeed. It's my hope that over the next couple days, you're going to start to see the confidence in yourself, knowing that you can do it, and your odds are going to turn around. Y'all, we're coming up on more of a peak season of our business, right? It's the end of the year coming into the next year. We know that what we're doing right now in September, it's going to directly impact our December. Okay? Man, if you think about your business in a 3-month kind of wave, right? What you do, those first 30 days are going to impact the next 60, 90. So we want to be working our tails off now, reaching out now, because that's going to increase our odds in November. That's going to enhance our odds in December. Okay? So let's talk about what exactly we should be focusing on to increase our odds. Now, building a team of rock stars leads to powerful growth, right? Long-term success in our Plexus businesses. Power prospecting helps you to find those rock stars. I'm sure by now, if you haven't heard about it yet, you're probably going to start to see more of that info today specifically. Plexus Power Up. September is all about powering up, for our next 60, 90 days. What the heck does this mean? Power hours. All right, power hours are where it's at. I know Sarah and Amy are holding them. If you haven't participated in one yet, what are you waiting for? Host one for your team. Join one. John Perini, our other Texas field coach, he and I are actually hosting one later today. If we're Facebook friends, you can fly over to my page and see the details on how to connect. All right, these power hours are going to be where you can join several of your peers in doing an IPA. Now, the great thing about these power hours is that you're connected to some pretty awesome resources, if I might say so myself. John, myself, other leaders will be connected. So if you're afraid that you're going to have an objection you don't know how to respond to, if you need that extra motivation, if you're that blue, it's so much fun. We can answer your questions. We're there to help you respond to objections, and we're there to help you celebrate all along the way. Y'all, these power hours are where it's at. Will you wave in front of the camera if you've already joined at least one power hour this month? Awesome. Angie, love it. Great. And y'all can attest to the power of those power hours. Some things I want you to think about when you're doing that power hour is that the more people you talk to, the faster you're going to grow. That's why joining these power hours is crucial to helping launch your business. If you're new, launch your business again if you're re-engaging, or help you push for that next rank if you're one of our seasoned ambassadors. Now, as you're connecting with more people, I want you to think of taking the pressure off of yourself while you're prospecting. Think of it this way. You're just sharing and inviting. That's it. You're sifting and sorting. Don't be emotionally connected to the outcome. Now, I know this is easier said than done, right? We have this idea that this person is going to love the product. Oh, man, this woman would be great. I know she wants to be a stay-at-home mom. She is going to work this business so hard. Then you get her on the phone and she says, now the timing isn't good for me. Right? It happens to us all. Don't be emotionally connected to the outcome. Think of yourself like a server. Yo, who's been a server before? Wave in front of the camera. All right? Servers, they're not offended when you say no to coffee, right? But they keep offering it to everyone. What? You don't want that margarita of the day? Great. What can I get you? Right? You're not offended when someone doesn't want to try that appetizer of the month when you're a server. You keep sharing. Your Plexus business is no different. All right? I need you to keep sharing that opportunity. Keep sharing with passion the product, right, and how incredible it is. And know that when they say no, it's likely a no for now. It doesn't mean no forever. I just laugh my head off when I hear leaders share with me, oh, I finally got Ophelia to sign up. She's the one that I've been sharing with for 3 years. Man, finally got her to sign up. And I'm like, yep, I believe it. All right, they say no now. That doesn't mean no forever. Always revisit them. As we share with everyone, we're going to find that everyone can fit into one of these information, right? They're going to either be an ambassador, they're going to be a customer, or they're going to be one of those connectors. Okay? Don't be afraid to ask, who can you refer to me? Who do you know that might find incredible results?
Matthew, we lost you for a second. And somehow, where did he go?
Anyway, I wanted to say that we aren't heavy sellers. Yes, we sell, but more so we share. We are sharing our love for that product and the great opportunities we have for financial freedom as well. So, y'all, we know about odds. Okay, we know what we're going to do to increase those odds. I want to end, y'all, with some pretty easy words to say to help get you going. Now, some of the most common objections I hear that I want to kind of give you words to say around. The first one, what does it cost to get started? All right, I keep it super simple. I'll say all of our getting started options are less than $199, and you leverage the credibility and resources of this awesome company. Now, yes, you heard me correctly. I do always start by offering that more expensive tier of the starter kit. Now, the reason I do that is because that's going to offer them the greatest savings, right? And the greatest benefits first. If they have any questions, I immediately talk down the cost objection by sharing our fast start bonuses and helping paint that picture of how quickly they can earn their ROI, their return on investment back. Finally, I'll say something like, no matter which starter kit you choose, we have those fast start bonuses to launch you and your business quick and help you earn that return on investment right away. I'll always start with that $199 kit. Now, speaking of kit, you're going to love this one. This is for that objection of, I'm so busy, I don't have enough time to do this. I know you were in that spot, it sounds like, at one point. I hear that a lot. This is how I respond. I'll say something like, I understand how you feel. I felt the same way when I got started, and it's not uncommon, frankly. But what I found is that most people work this business in part-time hours at first, with as little as 10 to 15 hours. And we actually have several ambassadors who continue to work their full-time jobs alongside their Plexus business and experience tons of success. If I can show you how you can launch right now and earn your return on investment right away, would you be interested in launching right away?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And if you need help locating who those ambassadors are who are continuing to work full-time, oh man, I can give you a list. We have several ambassadors who are super successful and continuing to work their full-time jobs. Amanda Grubb, she actually just announced that she's gonna come home full-time, but all the way up to her dual status, she's continued to work as a high level position over at a famous technology company. I won't say the name, but it starts with A and ends with Pull. But she's here. We also have Scott Roberts, one of our newer senior Rubies, who also continues to work full time in addition to his business. So y'all, it can be done. Okay. Another objection, very common. Matthew, I don't have the money to get started. Y'all, I love to respond to this one because I've been there, right? I've been in that position. We all have. I'll say something to the effect of, I can totally appreciate that. Many people are in the same place because money is tight. This is more reason that you should think about joining us. What if I can teach you a simple way to not only make your initial investment back, but start earning in your first month? If this doesn't work, we can begin to offer them some ideas on how they can save up for it, right? Begin painting that picture of one less Starbucks a week, right? Now, if you have somebody who needs to try that product first, this is a great way to segue into that starter kit. Why? Because that starter kit is the perfect way to get those products at a great price and to begin trying them out and also have access to those business opportunities. Again, when you respond to these objections and you hear no, remember to not take the outcome personally. Okay, they're probably not going to think about it twice after speaking with you, so you shouldn't let it weigh heavy on your heart. You shouldn't let it weigh heavy on your mind. Just remember that no doesn't mean no forever, all right? If after answering questions and objections, the answer is still no, just follow up with them later. And when you follow up, and that's the key, follow up, all right? You'll say something like, hey, I know your timing wasn't right before, but if there's ever a time to take a look at this opportunity again, it's right now. And then share with them why. So I'm gonna share these words to say, you know what, actually, if we aren't friends already, add me to Facebook. My name is right there, the spelling. You'll notice Aaron has one A, one R, one O, one N, all right? But Matthew is 2 T's. So friend me on Facebook if we're not already friends. And if you're curious about a written version of these words to say, shoot me a message. I will share them with you. If you're a visual person like me and you like to have them written down, beautiful. If you still have your starter kit and that success guide, fabulous. There's some great words to say available there. But if you have misplaced your starter kit, well, lucky you, we now have a digital version of that starter kit available. Cozy on over to that Rank Up Roadmap and download your digital version for some great words to say. All right, the point is that you want to be connecting with people. That's how you're going to feel more confident with these words to say. You're going to meet new people. You're going to increase your odds. Well, I know we're running a little time, but I want to make sure that I'm setting you up for success. So I would love to answer any questions you might have regarding anything we spoke about today or anything that's been weighing on your mind. Please unmute yourself and lay it on me.
I have one. I have a question.
Please, Emily.
So I'm just curious. There's so many different approaches we have for reaching out to people. I'm just curious, if you were to reach out to someone, a cold message initially about Plexus, what verbiage would you use?
So again, it sounds like you're saying if this is a cold message out to them, is that right?
Like if you were, we learned so many different approaches and they're all so good. I'm just curious from you, if you were to reach out to someone cold, what would be your first technique of reaching out? Like what would you say? What's the first verbiage that comes to your mind?
That's a great question, Emily. What I like to do first is I like to be intentional. So I'll reach out. The way I find people to reach out to is I'm looking at who's liking my posts, who's recently added me. And once that happens, I make a list. I don't let anybody slip through the corners. And I visit their Facebook page, and I'll either do a respond to something they've liked on my page, or I'll just send a blanket message that says, hey, if I can reach them right when they add me, I'll say, hey, thank you for the ad. Looking forward to getting to know you. Now, my personal strategy, and it's different for everybody. I think you got to find which one of these strategies works best for you and your business. My strategy is to open up the doors of communication by just getting to know them as a person. I'm a firm believer that anytime you meet someone new or anytime you're re-engaging with someone that you haven't chatted with in a while, maybe an old high school, college friend, career, passion, it comes up naturally in conversation, right? They're going to ask. So I personally never feel pressured to bring it up. I feel like just the flow of conversation will eventually bring it up. Even if it's me saying, hey, last time we spoke, you were in the retail industry, or you were being an esthetician. How is that going? What have you been up to lately? And usually she'll say what she's doing, and she'll ask, what have you been up to? So my personal strategy is to engage them, thoughtfully engage them based off of what I see them post on Facebook or what they've interacted with me on Facebook or what I know of them, thoughtfully engage them until those floodgates open. And once she does ask, hey, what do you do? Or, hey, what have you been up to lately? That's when I'll respond with, I work for this incredible health and wellness company, Plexus Worldwide. Have you heard of us? And she's either going to say yes or no. If she says yes, awesome. I love that because we have that instant connection and we can begin engaging on that. If she says no, I say something to the effect of, if I shoot you a little more information, would you check it out? So in essence, I engage them on a build that relationship. And then as soon as I can, I talk about Plexus. but I try not to focus on that on my first message, mainly because I know I've personally received those messages from old high school friends, and it's a little awkward. I haven't talked to you in 12-something years, and your first message to me is, hey, I think you'd be great adding onto my team. Probably not the most engaging message, right? Great question, Emily. I hope that helped guided you. I've heard other great things. I have some leaders who are doing what they call Mindful Mondays, where they simply reach out and say, how was your weekend? And that's what they feel confident with to open up that communication, open up that door to talk about Plexus. I hear other people who have been using that magic message, I think is what it's been kind of coined as. And it's something to the effect of, I'm sure by now you've seen me post about Plexus. Have you ever tried it? So there's several of those kind of one-liners, open messages. Just be mindful of when you're posting them. Obviously, you're not going to post something about, hey, I'm sure you've seen my Plexus post before. Have you tried it? You're not going to post that if you never post about Plexus, right? So take a few things into account. Just remember the relationship building is huge, right? Great question, Emily.
Thank you.
Any other awesome questions? I see Heather thinking with her pen up. Hillary, happy Monday. Awesome. What else we got? We got Shell over there. Deborah, I see you as well. Happy Monday.
Hey, Matthew, can you hear me?
I can, yep.
Okay. Hey, I do have a question. I'm brand new to Plexus. I'm still in my first month, and haven't had some big earth-shattering things that it's helped me with yet at this point. I've got, I feel more energy. I'm sleeping pretty good, but I feel like I don't have like this big personal testimony that I can share at this point. And like I said earlier, I don't want, the people that come across my path or my current friends to feel like I'm just trying to sell them on something that I'm not in a position to, really boldly speak about what it's done for me. How do you suggest attempting sharing when it's early on in my own Plexus journey?
Well, first off, I don't know if you see Amy's response in the chat. I agree with her 100%. Don't downplay how important, how life-changing that energy and better sleep can be. I know myself, I'm the son of two teachers, and then two of my grandparents were teachers, and one of my siblings is a teacher. And I hear from them, just them alone, how much they crave that extra energy, that better sleep. So it's a huge thing, and those are just teachers. You got other people who are working their tails off. So better sleep and energy, I think, is a huge aspect. Don't downplay that, to Amy's recommendation. And at the same time, there are, if you haven't experienced something incredible yet, get in contact with your community, pair with Amy, pair with your upline, because there are some mind-blowing testimonies that people have been sharing. And just like you said, you just began your health journey, and many of these life-changing results, you start to see them after months of taking it. Okay, these are natural products. Your results aren't generally going to occur quickly. It's usually around that 60, 90-day mark, and that's why we have that 60-day money-back guarantee, right? So my advice is, until you start to begin to notice even more of those results, share the results you have. They're great. And don't be afraid to share other people's results as well. Amy's husband alone had some pretty cool results when he did that 60-day trim up. So that's some awesome results that I thought we're pretty incredible. And if you've ever seen me, to be honest, weight probably wouldn't be a reason I would join Plexus. So it actually took me personally around 90 days to really feel that consistent energy, better sleep. My stomach issues were awesome. So give yourself that time to experience those. But until you do, share what other people are experiencing. All right?
Okay.
I hope that helps you out a little bit.
Yeah, it does. I mean, I guess, the way I need to think about it is that's what prompted me to want to start taking Plexus, is listening at what it had done for other people. So I just need to get better at knowing how to capture those testimonies and share those testimonies with other people.
And some things that I see many of our ambassadors do is simply find one of those testimonies, because I guarantee if you ask around, they're everywhere on Facebook, video testimonies, posted testimonies, and simply share it. Say something to the effect of, can you believe these an incredible way that these products are helping out people? Keep it short, simple, and let the post do the talking for itself. I'm sure Amy can connect you with a few of those.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, well, our
yeah, and that.
great.
I'm sorry. Say that again, Kit.
No, this is Amy. Our happy hour that we have every week has tons of testimonies, and I can remember too, Kit, in the beginning.
Right.
The only thing I had going for me when I made my first post is that I didn't need a pot of coffee or a nap. That was it. I had no big health testimony. But one thing I liked about Plexus is when you see other people's testimonies. When I was brand new, I wasn't sure if they were real people because I didn't know. All of this Plexus stuff was new. All of these people friend requesting me that were ambassadors, like that kind of freaked me out a little bit. I'm like, who are all these people? But one thing I love that I found out is no matter what health testimony you find out there in Facebook world, we can track down that ambassador. Like they're true testimonies, they're real. We can track that person down. So that might give you a little bit more confidence sharing some of those other testimonies.
Yeah, that makes sense. Thank you.
Well, y'all, I just want to thank you again for inviting me. Amy, thank you for inviting me. I know Sarah is probably taking care of business right now, but I'm super appreciative that she allowed me to come on here as well and speak. Y'all have some incredible leaders. And I mean, I'm not just blowing smoke up your pipe. These women are at the top levels of our compensation plan. They've already grown incredible businesses. Y'all should be blessed to have connection with these women. They're doing incredible things. And y'all, I couldn't be more proud to be part of the team with them. Thank you so much for taking some time out of your lunch hour to chat with me today. I hope everyone, if we're not already connected on Facebook, you'll add me because I'm a blue. If you don't know what that is, ask around. I'm sure someone can tell you. 100% blue, and I want to celebrate you. So shoot me messages on Facebook. I love any win we can get. Enrolled a new ambassador? Let me know. Grew our points over last month? Let me know. I want to celebrate. Okay? Y'all go enjoy your Monday. Have an incredible week. All right? And I look forward to celebrating you more. Bye, everyone. Bye, Amy. Thank you for letting me join.